Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Monday edition of the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor, and the Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, brother?
Morning. I am good. Was very surprised at the price action last night, so I had a very good night of sleep. And can't wait to look at the charts. It's in an interesting place right now. I'll let you go first.
It's in a really interesting place right now. Let's get straight into it. While I bring the charts up. Where do we start? Shoot, start of the week, start of the charts. Let's look right here where we are right now. I did a show sort of 12 hours ago on my channel here, and this is really interesting. We just missed the highest weekly close of all time, but no, it's almost just as good, right? Like, it's fantastic. We were able to in the previous 3 weeks stay above the 7 simple moving average. In the last week, the 2 weeks ago, sorry, we came down. We got as low as the 7 simple moving average, but closed above it. Last week, even though that candle stayed like as a misprint candle like this one is right now throughout the whole week, I was impressed that we were still above the 7 simple moving average. I said all week, as long as we're above the 7 simple moving average, we're above all the moving averages on alpha numerics. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. On the lower time frames, you'll see how important it was to get back inside that channel that I had, and we have definitely done that, and we even exceeded it today. So that's really exciting. The concern, I suppose, which Tone will talk about, is the MRI count, but I'm not worried about that just yet. Going through some of the oscillators here, the big one that I've been talking about ad nauseum is this RSI divergence, and even today, where we almost got to a stone's throw from the all-time high. But this it still validates the divergence that we're seeing right now until we really break through this descending trend line to invalidate that divergence. It's still very much in place. The fact that today was almost the all-time high and we're still nowhere near the all-time high on the RSI, that could mean two things, right? It could mean like that this is a topping pattern, and even if we come back and retest that descending line, we get rejected hard again, and that's the end of the cycle. Or it's fantastic because we invalidate this divergence and we've got tremendous upside to go. So it's just too soon to tell, but it's in place until it ain't. Basically the way I see it. Everything else on the weekly is terrific. The daily is where we start to get some more interesting feedback, right? So I was looking at the MACD earlier today, which I really like. Really like how the MACD looks. That's showing that, suggesting, I should say, nothing's certain, that we've got a long way to go to the upside here. 128 and above. Let's lock that in. That looks really good to me. I really like the Copic curve rounding on the daily time frame, about to get above the zero line soon. I mean, that's where you want to be. You want to be above that zero line at all costs. That's where the good moves come, getting above that zero line. And after the past few months of nothing but sideways consolidation and slight downside, it's rounding nicely, presenting the fact that presenting the idea, the concept that we've got further upside to go. And the charts represent the same to me. I really love that we came down and retested the 7 simple moving average. I said on this candle right here on the 5th, if you remember at 114, this is a tremendous buy because we have a fantastic defined stop loss in place at 112. So a 114 load up is fantastic. It's kicked off. This is about to turn to a bullish cross on alphanumerics on the daily time frame with the 7 crosses of 30. Very close to that. That might happen this week. Definitely happen next week at this point. Which hopefully we get a good run like we can get some false sort of bumps where it goes above here and then it fades, but more often than not we get terrific runs. Like you can see here, bang, back on in April, we get that great run, get a few duds here and there, but for the most part you get some real terrific upside. And it's just in general, you want to see all the moving averages above each other, all in order, and the price, trailing the price is what we're looking at on the daily. So all systems good here on the daily. How far off did we get from the all-time high? As I just do a little measured move here, we got to as high as it's really hard to see, actually. I'm just going to bring it out a bit. $100 off the all-time high for something to celebrate. That feels really good. Sing when you're winning, I always say. 4-hour time frame is probably the most interesting for me because it's where you can see really what's a month or so. I mean, fantastic. Stuck inside the range for what's felt like forever, but was probably only 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Fell down into the green wave, got 2 green diamonds, textbook, recovered from it, got back what we were worried about, getting back to the top of that range and failing. We stumbled a little bit for a day or so, got back up to the middle part of the range where we hit the MRI support and resistance, broke through the MRI support and resistance, broke above that top of the channel like we had only done once before on a false breakout, came back as we are right now, retesting the 7 simple moving average on an MRI top, retesting the top part of the channel. And this is where I want to see a recovery and further upside. This is an absolute perfect place to pull back to from a great break on the 7. Just saying the same thing again, but it's so important. And also touching the top of that trend line. I love it. Love it. Love the price of Bitcoin for the rest of the week. The Monday morning before the market even opens, so the Sunday night, which is Monday morning for us in Japan, is my favorite pump of the week. If we can get that in, it always, be careful what I say. It tends to set up for a great week that precedes it. Here we go. Fantastic sign-up bonuses for Blowfin. Oh, man, if you've got Bitcoin, if you've got altcoins that you're interested in, God, you got to go over to a non-KYC exchange. And this is the best non-KYC exchange that I trust. It's Blowfin. I put my name on that one. I love Blowfin. And if you don't care about KYC, I think the best exchange in the world coming up is BitGet. I think that's a really safe option. I'm back to you now, Tone. I love where we're sitting. I like that so much. Please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Hey, join the Discord group because even just that Discord group alone, we were promoting those green diamonds, saying, hey, this is a buy, this is a buy, this is a buy. We're loaded up 3 Bitcoin at those second green diamond there, all displayed in the Discord group. Totally free to join. Just use the affiliate links. Trading bots are all in trades. It's all happening. It's all happening. It's all happening here. Tone, am I way off base, mate? Am I too soon to be celebrating? What do you reckon, mate? What do you reckon?
No, everything is bullish across the board, but everything is coming into tops now. So it's a very interesting situation. The monthly chart is the only one that really has all the room in the world to make it to my bull market target of 142 to 160. That's kind of my range, 142 to 162. The monthly chart is the one that is right in the middle of its MRI count with 4 to 5 months to go. I know my arrow is making it look like there's 12 months to go. This is also a linear chart, not a logarithmic scale, linear scale. And but we can make it. We can make it all the way into 150 with the. I should probably do this because it shouldn't take that long if we are on the back end of the bull cycle. Now, the weekly chart, I had basically given up on last week's candle being able to print a bullish 7. I didn't think we would. We literally, like Matt said, we missed it by a few dollars of getting a new weekly closing high, but we made it by a few dollars to make it past, close above 119 and get us a 7. So if this weekly candle closes a few hours earlier, we break the count. We don't break the count, and we go on. But by doing that, we're creating an MRI top situation this week, the next week, or the week after. And we're only like 12 hours into current candle, and this candle has not yet made a new swing high, but it's very likely that it will. So now we went from, hey, let's reset the count, let's gear up for a new wave to the upside. Now we're looking for a top sometime in the next 3 weeks. That will be the weekly top. And the higher this goes in the next 3 weeks, the more likely we are to significantly pull back to this 120 area, while at the same time keeping the monthly count intact to still make it to 150. So I'm not going to say this is great, but it's certainly better than the alternative. And the reason why it's better than the alternative is because we were flirting with an outright rejection at the moving average. And based on how Saturday's candle closed, I was basically leaning towards it being a rejection, and then let's pray that 50 period is going to reverse us. Sunday changed everything. Sunday was the big run up, and right now we are literally flirting with a brand new daily closing high. That's where we are right now. We are flirting with the daily closing high. It would have been great if we were sitting right now above 121. That would have made the picture very clear, but it is pretty clear to me. And just like the weekly is coming up on an MRI top, so is the daily. The daily was also able to avoid red MRI counts. And we're now coming up on a daily MRI top sometime later this week, around Wednesday. And this is a massive reversal candle. And while I am now a lot more bullish than bearish, I think this I can remove. This probability has become very unlikely, and don't need these candles anymore. And I think now our worst case scenario is just pulling back to the 20 period moving average. We have gotten significantly above the 20 period moving average, almost made a new swing high, and flirting with a closing high on the daily, that the 20 period has now officially become support. We have now spent enough time and went far enough above the 20 period that it has become support. Just like when we've gone far enough below it, it had become resistance, and it was resistance for 3 days. It's now become support. Now, I really do want to see a new daily high close, and I do want to see a new daily swing high before the MRI top comes. So if this candle manages to rectify itself and close with a positive tone base volume, not a negative one, I know it's not a public indicator. It should be one of these days. But right now we have a negative tone base volume. This needs to be positive. If this becomes a positive tone base volume, and you'll see it tomorrow if it's positive or not, then we got a good shot. In case you're curious, what will make it a positive? I mean, if we close above 121, that volume will likely turn green. I need this to be above 121. So if we can get a close above 121 by tonight, that's going to go a long way into creating a new swing high, something in the $125,000 range. And the higher it goes, the better. And the higher it goes this week, the more likely I am to pull profits and wait for the pullback, because if we're getting a blow off top, considering how far we've already gone since August 2nd, if we go in 2 weeks, if in 2 weeks we go up like 15 grand from a swing low into a new swing high with the MRI top, then yeah, I'm looking to pull some profit, wait for the pullback, and get back in. As Matt said, look at the indicators. The RSI still has room. The MACD has just flipped over, and the CMF is still a concern for me. So, but they look good, and still room on Socrates indicator as well. So, no surprise why we couldn't keep going up forever. the 4-hour hit an MRI top overnight, last night.
Tone's dying. Tone's just dying out
Dude,
there.
actually, hold on.
You're not going to get 3, are you? You're only like 5 off an orgasm there, Tone. I reckon that 7 is an orgasm. Isn't that what they say?
So at the end of the year, I'm going to do some health streams. I actually did blood work on my allergies. It's really hard for me to come back to the East Coast. It's I did test allergies, and there are certain things in the Northeast of the U.S. where like it's like they test you from like 0 to like 1,000, and if you're in if you're like come close to 1,000, you're like in the deep red of how allergic you are. Mine was like 8,000 something, right? Well, like I was like 12 standard deviations above what's considered high what do you call it, impact to this specific allergy. It's really really bad. Like I don't really the one thing I don't do anymore to fix any solution is I no longer do injections. After the whole the COVID thing, not even peptides, nothing. Like I don't care how good it is. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I don't trust anything being injected into my body going forward. This is why I decided not to do stem cells when I was in Asia, doing looking at potentially doing a stem cell injection. I decided I'm not going to inject anything into my body for the rest of my life. Basically, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, allergies are a mess. Okay, so the 4-hour hits an MRI top. I think this is a 1 to 4 candle correction. And from there, I'm expecting a reversal back to the upside. And the 1 hour allows you to time it even better. The 1 hour also perfectly timed the top overnight. I think it was on one of these 2 candles here. Yep, there it is. So at 1 o'clock in the morning, New York time. And down we go. The good news is the hourly is coming up on a 1 hour MRI buy. So it could be it. This could be our reversal. Also, I like doing these shows around 10 a.m. Let's see how the 10 a.m. reversal worked out for the stock market today. Here's the 5-minute chart on the stock market. And we go down at 950. We reverse at around 955. And now we're in no man's land. So that's not very helpful. Overall, the stock market is doing fairly well.
Looks great. Looks great.
Yeah, I think we had the highest closing high on Friday. We did. Friday, well, close.
Weekly.
We should today. Today could be the highest daily closing high. And weekly, yep, we had the highest closing high. Putin is going to be meeting Trump in Alaska. That's going to be interesting how that goes. I will be doing a stream about that on my channel before their meeting.
No, it looks great to me. I think the meeting's probably a good thing too, but I don't know anything about that. But I just like it. I love how Bitcoin always dumps on US market open. Not always, but it can do and then recovers. It's the same way that what I said last week, where the market seems to have a bad day after the first day. If we've had a great month, the first few days of the market, especially if we pumped that and closed that monthly candle, it's what I said last week, that we had that 1 or 2 day. I thought it was going to be a 1 day rejection that we and then a recovery, but it took 2 days to do. But the thesis was the same, that we ended up recovering very, very nicely to where we are right now.
All right, that's all I really have to say. I don't really want to look at any other markets. I think the show's lasted quite a while, but it's great that we recovered. I didn't think we would maintain all the bullish MRI counts, but hey, MRI was proven to be more effective than, the moving average as rejection.
How about that 4-hour alphanumerics green diamonds inside the green waves tone vase? Not bad, eh? Links in the description below for 30% off. If you haven't got alphanumerics, you're kidding yourself. You can just watch these shows every day, but look at those green diamonds. Come on.
Yeah, you had a couple right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's
perfect.
Good. No, not perfect. Someone could say, oh, not perfect. You were $50 off. Go fuck yourself. Look at that. That looks good to me.
No, it's perfect. It's on a 4-hour candle. That's perfect.
Magic. Thanks.
MRI buy was right there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though I was not very bullish back here.
No, they're the hardest things to buy, those green diamonds inside the green waves, or like the best buy on Bitcoin you'll ever have is a weekly green diamond. Go back and look at alphanumerics. It's the hardest buy to do as well. That's when we're going to zero, but they've proven to be smart moves.
In 30 minutes, you're going to have a 1-hour MRI buy, and if that candle is bullish,
I think we're good.
I think we're going to challenge all-time highs today, tomorrow.
Today, I think we'll get to all-time highs today. The way that's rounding off the 30 simple there on the 1 hour. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, we've rounded off to 7. If you go to the higher time frames, it's all the same thing. I think it's a really, really positive for Bitcoin right now. Really positive. This is a classic pullback down to really great support. I like it across the board.
All right, cool. All right, man. I'm going to let you go. Let me get off screen share here and close this out.
Thanks, guys. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. I mean, we've making some pretty serious calls here in the last few weeks, and I think it adds value to the trader, the discerning trader. Have a wonderful day. Let's hope tomorrow is a nice day. Hey, by the way, tomorrow will be my last show for some time, maybe, because I'm heading Wednesday. I'm heading to Malaysia for a few days to launch Funded XYZ, the world's biggest funded prop firm in crypto, and then I'm going to Bali for token. So it's going to be a bit tricky for the next 10 days or so. You know how I hate doing shows at nighttime when I'm out on the town, But
all right, we'll keep it in mind.
We'll work around it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Later.